Hello. I, too, am a patient of Dr. Ferry's, Dr. Roshi, and Dr. Kiani. I love what the Orange County Institute has helped me. I'm a recent survivor. Last year at this time, I discovered a 3.5 centimeter lump in one of my breasts, and it hadn't been there on May 1st when I'd had an exam. So it was a rapidly growing one. My daughter immediately got on the internet and started researching all the alternative treatments because we've gotten really into natural health and treatments in the last several years. And she didn't want me to do any of the standard Western medicine, which is, of course, what insurance I have. And I did my due diligence, and there were several alternative treatments that really caught my eye, and they are legitimate ones that are incorporated into the integrative therapies that Dr. Ferry uses. And a friend of mine who's a health practitioner said, you really should get a consultation with Dr. Ferry. And she told me that, and a couple weeks went by and I hadn't, and I was scheduled to start chemotherapy the following Tuesday, and it was the weekend when I talked to her again, and she said, did you talk to Dr. Ferry? I said, no, I didn't. She says, email her today, and she will get back to you. So I did. Dr. Kiani called me on Monday, and he said, we'll get you in tomorrow if you want to come in for a consultation. And I was scheduled for chemotherapy in the morning. My husband was very much against. He doesn't understand alternative medicine and just doesn't believe in it. So I had opposition, but my sister, God love her, was my big support. She does believe in it, and with me, we agreed that night. We called and told Dr. Kiani, yes, we will come tomorrow. So I got up, got dressed, me and my sister left, and my husband thought we were going to chemotherapy, but we went to Dr. Ferry instead. And after our consultation, I started right that morning on my program, and I had a full week of her treatments, and before I had to start the chemotherapy, I did still have to do it. I was really trying to avoid it and not do it, but the type of cancer that I have, my particular type of breast cancer, really has to be done. And so when Dr. Ferry told me it really needs to be done, you can't just, it wouldn't be enough to do all of the alternative in your case. I said, okay, I surrender. I will do it, but I am doing this. So I did, and that began my journey the 1st of December. I finished my chemotherapy the end of April. I finished my therapies at the Cancer Institute the end of April as well, not really, but as far as going for my daily treatments. And my surgery, May 24th, showed the pathology that came back. My tumor had shrunk from 3.5 centimeters to 1.5. It was all dead tissue. There was no active cancer cells in anything. So during my chemotherapy, it was brutal. The typical adriamycin and Cytoxan drugs are really killers, but while I was having the supportive therapies, it mitigated a lot of those symptoms, and I knew it was protecting my body and strengthening me, and I could really tell a difference. In February, there were some weeks that I didn't go, and those were some of my worst few weeks. When I would go, I might be dragging when I would get there, and by the end of the day, I would feel much better after my treatments. And so even my husband said, that really wasn't so bad. You really didn't get as sick as we thought you would. And I agree. I didn't get as sick as I thought I would, but I was sick enough. That stuff made me sick. So anyway, every treatment she uses in her cancer therapy I had, and it worked for me. And thank you.
Thank you very much.